Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Bruin Buzz. I'm Katelyn Heyl.
And I'm Dixon. Today, we're talking about whether or not video games and music influence people to make bad choices. So, Katelyn, do you think video games influence people's choices and behavior?
I personally don't play violent video games. I really don't think that it really will affect them later in life because it's a game and you know that when you're playing it. I mean, there's always the rare cases of people who take it way too seriously and will go to extreme measures when they're angry. But I think that's the only way video games really affect people is if they get way too into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like people need something to blame people's violence on. Mm-hmm. So they look at their history and they're like, oh my god, they played a violent video game when they were 5 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Only one time, but that's enough. But, I feel like it's not video games and stuff like that. It's experiences and people who they meet and just who they are mentally. And sometimes you're raised in a not good environment and people need something else to blame it on instead of themselves.
If people go to extreme measures after playing violent video games, I don't really think it's the video game's fault, really. I think their mental state was already not in a good place, and maybe possibly playing violent video games made them think, hey, I'm gonna go murder someone.
Another thing with violent video games is a lot of them aren't very lifelike.
Yeah.
A lot of them take place in either, a war zone or, another world. And most people who do stuff like this are just your average normal person. So it's not like it's lifelike to who they are and the environment they're in.
Now the second part of the question. Do you think that music can influence people to act a certain way?
No. I mean, I listen to a lot of heavy metal.
Emo?
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a violent person. I'm the type of person who almost cried yesterday because I saw a homeless cat. Anyways, a lot of heavier music, though, is really, if you look at the lyrics, it's really, emotional, you know? It's not
Yeah, that's the thing. Because, the sound of it is, really upbeat. It makes people immediately think, oh, heavy metal, you're depressed, or something like that.
Yeah.
There's just, stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also, oh, it's gonna make you, a bad person, it's gonna make you think negatively, blah, blah, blah. But then you really look at the lyrics, and you break down what the song means, and it's completely different.
Yeah, because it's emotional, vulnerable lyrics masked by angry music.
Mm-hmm. A lot of songs like that. It'll have, a really sad meaning, but it'll be, upbeat or something to mask that, because when you first listen to it, it's more appealing to listen to if it's upbeat. But I just think that just because someone cusses in a song does not mean, oh, you're going to be a criminal, you're going to go to jail. Because my parents don't want me to listen to songs that have cuss words in it, but, if it makes you feel good and it makes you happy to listen to it, it's no one's right to, take that away because, oh, you're going to be bad if you listen to this.
It's self-expression through music.
Exactly. That's
you have a right to
what music
what
is. You're expressing yourself through what you listen to.
I think with my parents, because I listen to my music a lot out loud, very loudly, they just hear it as noise, and they don't really listen to the lyrics, so I think that's where a lot of the judgment comes in. And then my parents also, when I was younger, and they still kind of do it, they'll, check the lyrics, or they'll, look up the band, and they'll see, their history, and that's just stupid. Another thing, if music and video games really influence people to commit crimes, there'd be so many more crimes happening.
Yeah.
Because so many people play violent video games, and so many people listen to this type of music.
Mm-hmm.
Music and video games are outlets for people, and they should be allowed to have those outlets without being judged for them.
Because, some people have, when they're sad, they go and hang out with their friends. People aren't saying things about them. They're not saying, you're hanging out with your friends, you're going to be dependent on other people for the rest of your life.
It's the older generations, specifically, that put this type of pressure on teens so that they need outlets in the first place. So then when teens find their outlets, such as music and video games, they judge them, a lot. And it's okay, boomer, shut the up. Our reality is not like your reality, you know?
The reason I'm on my phone, Mother, is because I'm listening to music. Because music makes me happy when no one else in this family does.
Yep.
That's
Preach.
all I have to say.
In conclusion, we believe here at the Bruin Buzz that video games and music don't have a negative effect over people.
Thank you for listening, and we hope your day is buzzing with joy.